everyone, this is Handlebar Fox, and today we ask the question, how can people believe something so wrong? Pretty much everyone at some point in time has had to struggle with this question in one form or another. Someone else says or does something that shows a total lack of recognition of obvious truth. Note that I'm not talking about things that can be regarded as taste. For instance, someone might not like the flavor of chocolate. I might question their humanity, but I can still understand, at least intellectually, that there are physical and experiential reasons why some people might disagree with me on this point. Now, what I'm talking about here goes beyond that. It's as if someone tells me the sky is purple with orange spots, and when I look up I see a perfectly clear, bright blue sky. It's obvious that this person is missing something, but what? I submit that there are only 4 reasons that this could be the case. The person in question is either 1. Ignorant, 2. Stupid, 3. Evil, or 4. Insane. There's a natural progression here, so let's consider them in their proper order to explain what each one is and what can be done about it. 1. Ignorant. This is the most benign reason that explains why this person believes something so obviously wrong. Ignorant people are not dumb, though they could be considered naive. They could be nice people, good of heart and mind. The reason they say what they do is that they simply have not learned better. Either they are just repeating what someone else told them, or maybe they just haven't taken the time to consider their words. Only the most hard-hearted individual is really going to treat such misguided people as bad. The proper remedy here is education. You simply have to explain to them how the world really is and open their eyes to the reality around them. As you do, they will gradually see for themselves what's going on, and the way to their enlightenment is open. On a societal level, remedying ignorance is best done by controlling the flow of information. Since the reason these people are wrong is because they've not been exposed to the correct information and or have been exposed to misinformation. This means that places such as education, popular culture, and news must focus on the single, coherent message of truth about what is really going on. Any corruption there will lead to the persistent ignorance of the populace, and worse, may lead them further down the list of categories to the next one, which is 2. Stupid. An ignorant person has an excuse for their ignorance, a lack of opportunity to know better. A stupid person has no such excuse. They've been given the truth, likely over and over again, and still do not understand it. They hold to the obviously incorrect views of reality that they originally had, and at this point you realize that they have no ability to understand the truth. This is the key definition of stupidity. It's not that they haven't been exposed to the truth, it's that they literally simply cannot understand the truth. The reasons for this lack of ability are numerous. In the classic case, they have physical limitations. Their brain cannot comprehend something that complex, abstract, or different. Another reason comes from environment. They've been exposed to misinformation for so long that it's affected their ability to think. They no longer have the capability to understand. Sometimes there are experiential differences. Since people cannot understand what they have not experienced, simply being born into a different experience can render them stupid. Not in a technical sense, but in the sense that it's impossible for them to understand the truth. How to fix this? Well, maybe you can't. Obviously, the first case of someone with a physical handicap is hopeless. You can only do the best possible to make sure they don't harm themselves or others and hope for the best. Those who have been mentally stunted due to exposure to incorrect information, again, it's hopeless at that stage. You can only hope to catch them while they're still in the ignorant stage. After that, do your best to demonstrate their obvious lack of capabilities in an effort to prevent the damage from spreading further. And for those who are incapable of understanding because of being born into a different experience, hope that they can understand their limitations and will be willing to accept the truth even if they can't understand it. If they can't or won't, you may be dealing with someone at the next stage. Evil. This individual may be evil. Although evil has moral implications, the technical definition of this stage doesn't have to be based in traditional morality. I'm simply using that word to convey on a gut level the reality of what we're discussing. An evil person is someone who is not ignorant, They have been informed of the truth. They are not stupid. They have the capability to understand the truth, and it's obvious that at some level they do understand it. So they understand what's correct, right, and good, and despite that, they persist in spreading obvious falsehoods. It becomes apparent that this person is evil. They have knowingly cast their lot with the side of destruction, the side that seeks to destroy everything good, kind, normal, moral, and decent. There is no compromise with evil, and there is no way of persuading it. It knows what it is, and it does not care. It even enjoys it. These people can only be destroyed by whatever means necessary, and if not destroyed directly, then thoroughly exposed, discredited, and isolated to prevent the evil from spreading further. Insane. First, let me explain what I mean by insanity. In this context, insanity is defined essentially as someone living in their own head, in an alternate reality. For example, if I was telling you that I was hanging out with friends last night and that I turned into a purple dragon, strapped a saddle on my back, and took them for rides through the sky, you would be perfectly justified in assuming that I was insane. Whatever did or didn't happen, it's obvious that I was not living in any actual reality, but one that I have hallucinated in my own mind. This stage is the last one in accounting for what's wrong with someone. It's only reached once one is convinced that the person in question is informed, mentally capable, more or less, and of good moral character. With the first three reasons obviously not applying, insanity is the only explanation left. There's not a lot you can do with insane people. You can't argue with crazy. You don't even really want to communicate with it. Ideally, there would be procedures in place to isolate these people from the rest of society where they can't hurt others or themselves, and where dedicated, compassionate people could be employed to possibly cure these people of their delusions. Sadly, there often is no procedure for doing that, so too many wander the streets, loose and posing a danger to society. How to properly diagnose and treat such people is a challenge that society has to meet if it is to progress, or even to maintain what it currently has. And with that, I think it pretty much sums up what goes on in someone's head when they look up at a blue sky and see one that's purple with orange dots. Every one of the usual explanations I've heard seem to fit into these four categories, though sometimes it may be a mix of these. So what about it? Are there any more reasons? Let me know below, and we can revisit this topic later. Till next time, see ya.